In class, we talked about racial diversity in multiple sports and took a look at each sport's racial report card when it comes to diversity. Specifically for coaches in the NBA, they scored an A+. For our issue, we are going to take a look at why they scored so well and how we can integrate their techniques into other sports.
It was on April 18, 1966 that the NBA decided to hire their first ever African American head coach, his name being Bill Russell. He served 3 seasons with the Boston Celtics before coaching Seattle and then Sacramento. While he coached Boston Celtics, he won 2 NBA championships. He also formerly played for the Celtics, winning 11 NBA championships, had over 21,000 rebounds, and was a gold medalist. But what he prides himself most about was being a civil rights activist.
According to Rodney Fort, what's special about the NBA is that they look at a thing called technical efficiency, or TE. Analyzing a coach's TE tries to separate a coach's skill level from that of his or her players. Things that are factored into a coach's TE are both actual wins and an analysis of the best that coaches have done with varying levels of the team's talent. This way, coaches are evaluated based on nothing but their actual ability to lead a team to success, no matter what the talent level of their players. We also found that the NBA recognizes that the characteristics of a coach are way more important than the race of that coach. A study conducted by Stefan Mario Hagerman examined the impact a coach's race and personal characteristics has on a player in the NBA. The characteristics examined were dominance, submissiveness, and persistence. When you look at the race of the coaches only, African American and white coaches have the same median value for number of franchise championships received. Having dominant features in a coach, both black and white, were more likely associated with teams who made it to the playoffs. Same thing for the category of persistence. Now to Hunter to talk a little bit more about our supportive arguments.
The last reason the NBA has scored so much higher on the racial report card is due to their commissioner's support. Adam Silver is the commissioner of the NBA and has been very public with his support of his players and coaches. One example of this support can be seen through the Houston Rockets point guard Russell Westbrook. In 2014, Westbrook got into an altercation with 2 Utah Jazz fans and claimed they were using racial and inappropriate comments. In response, Silver found the 2 fans involved and banned them from all future NBA events. Silver is also an advocate to make the NBA as diverse as possible. His most recent goal is to make 50% of referees and coaches female. In other professional sports, such as the NFL, there is more tension between the commissioner and its players than support. This can be seen through the recent national anthem protests in the NFL, where most African American players and coaches feel the commissioner is trying to suppress their voice rather than support it.
Some new information coming in from the Reuters is the move forward of women coaches in the NBA. 4 women are currently on NBA coaching staffs, including Becky Hammon, who broke convention in 2014 when the San Antonio Spurs made her the first full-time female assistant coach in any of the 4 major North American pro sports leagues. This shows how progressive the NBA is and how much further along they are with what she described as high-caliber, experienced women, and reinforcing across the league the importance of the growing number of women at every level and retaining that talent. Reporting off of this, one of the biggest signs of how close the league could be to having a female head coach was when Hammond, a decorated former WNBA player, was interviewed for the Milwaukee Bucks head coaching job last year. Vijay, who played a lead role in organizing the NBA's inaugural Women's Leadership Forum held last September in New York, stressed that, as with any transformation effort, change requires awareness and commitment. She remains certain that the time is right for a woman to become a head coach in the NBA.
Other professional organizations should use the NBA as a template of racial and gender diversity. This can be seen through the evaluation of coaches through characteristics of merit rather than race, as well as a stronger relationship between the league's management and the team's players and coaches. As seen in the NBA, the commissioner's support can have drastic effects throughout the league in terms of diversity. It is surprising to see just how far ahead the NBA is in terms of diversity and how strongly they're pushing to become more and more diverse. A crucial concept in this course is how people can fulfill their own stereotype and how effective stereotypes can be. This can be seen through the NBA commissioner's support of players and lack of stereotypes, leading to more and more former NBA players becoming head coaches.